When people make comments like this, I can't help but think it's done from a place of ignorance. Maybe not. Maybe this person totally white knuckled their way to sobriety and they resisted the urge to pick up a drink and they've been sober. Oftentimes, these comments come from a place of people not understanding what it's like to have a brain that is addicted to alcohol, where we get to a place where we are literally willing to sacrifice our health and our relationships and our job and our family just to keep on drinking. Logically, it makes sense. If you have a problem with alcohol, don't drink. That's the logical solution. And those of us that struggle with alcohol have approached it logically. I have a great family, a great career. Why do I keep on drinking? I need to quit. Logically, we know that. But the problem with alcohol addiction is that it's not a logical issue. It hijacks a very powerful part of the brain that eventually equates alcohol to a survival need. So we will do just about anything to keep on drinking, even if it's sabotaging our life and we're destroying our health and whatever. We will keep on drinking. I know this. I lived it for 10 years. I was on a path of destruction and I didn't care. I was honestly willing to live a shorter life just to keep the alcohol addiction going. I tried to quit dozens of times and I couldn't stay quit because of the mental preoccupation, the obsession with alcohol, the craving for alcohol. And while I agree that there is no magic pill, if there was one, naltrexone would be the closest thing to that. This medicine works for so many people to help their brain heal from alcohol addiction through a treatment that's been around for over 30 years called the Sinclair method. This medication is incredibly powerful because it mutes or blunts some of the rewarding effect that the brain gets when we drink. So when we do the behavior of drinking and we're not getting the same reward, the brain gradually unlearns the association between alcohol being a reward. So this is not an abstinence-based treatment where you white knuckle it and call yourself an alcoholic and just count your sober days. It's actually quite the opposite of that. You continue drinking, following the protocol of the Sinclair method, using naltrexone. This is not medical advice. I'm just speaking about my experience and my work in this field. But what this treatment does is it addresses the issue of alcohol addiction at the root level, which is neurologically in the brain. The brain doesn't get the same level of reward from alcohol on naltrexone. And when that happens repeatedly over 3, 6, 9, 12, 18 months, the brain unlearns alcohol as a reward and essentially becomes de-addicted from the alcohol. So logically, those of us who struggle with alcohol know that we shouldn't keep on drinking in the way that we have been. But the issue again is that alcohol addiction or any addiction, it's not a logical issue. That's why people will destroy their lives, their health, their family, their relationships just to keep using the substance. If it was logical, if it was easy just to not pick up a drink and move on with your life, we probably wouldn't have the number of people addicted to alcohol and other substances that we do today. Again, I don't consider naltrexone to be a magic pill, but again, if there was one, this medication, it just completely changed my drinking and it completely changed my life over time. It took about a year for me to get full results with the treatment, and there was more to it than just taking a pill. I'd built my life from a foundation of someone who binge drank every single day for 10 years. So I had to rebuild my life, rediscover who I was, learn healthier ways to cope. This was all part of the process. But what naltrexone did to heal my brain, to get rid of the craving for alcohol over time, to make it so that I was indifferent to alcohol, I didn't care about drinking anymore, to make it so that when I did drink, I would stop it too and have control for the first time in 10 years. It was an incredibly empowering and life-changing treatment. If you're not familiar with the Sinclair method, most people aren't, unfortunately. It's been around for over 30 years. It's got decades of research into it. It uses a medicine that's been FDA approved for alcohol since the 90s and is generic and non-addictive and quite cheap. You can learn more about it through my other videos or check out the link in my profile or just go directly to my website, thrivealcoholrecovery.com. My name is Katie. I started this treatment myself in 2017 after struggling with alcohol for 10 years. It completely freed me of my addiction in about 9 months. And now I run Thrive Alcohol Recovery and help others get free as well.